Squelch, 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 squelch.
Welcome back to Squelch, the Video Game Book Club. I'm Dano.
I'm Mass Effect at Arms.
And I'm Storm Rage. And we're all here to remind you that Mass Effect Andromeda is a game, and games are supposed to be fun.
This week, first of all, happy X-Mass Effect to all who celebrate. I don't want to forget to wish everyone a happy X-Mass Effect. I know it's my favorite time of the year. This week, we are traveling to Eos, clearing the vault there, establishing an outpost, and then heading back to Nexus. And then next week, we are heading to Aya, making first contact, and then going to Hoth. I mean Voeld. I totally said Voeld. I did not say Hoth. Before we go on any further, though, I want to say happy birthday to Storm Rage. Happy birthday, Storm Rage.
Hey, thanks. I am genuinely very excited that we get to podcast on my birthday. I'm excited that we get to talk about Mass Effect. What a wonderful day.
Truly a wonderful day. I'm so happy. And then are you done for the semester already then? Or do you have a little bit left?
No.
Okay.
I technically had this week off, but all I'm going to do is just grade this entire week because I had a bunch of assignments come in before Thanksgiving break, so my students didn't have to do them during, which means I have to do them during. So I'm working every other day this week outside of today.
Well, that's fine.
That's all right.
Yeah, I'm getting to the tail end of where I am busy because finals start not next week, but the following week. We have like the first half of like getting ready for finals and 2 weeks of finals, and not a lot of law students do a lot of stuff over finals. So I kind of get a little reprieve then. And then I have Christmas break. I have an amazing Christmas break. I get 2 weeks off. I am legitimately very excited for that.
I am also getting 2 weeks off, and I'm really looking forward to it.
It's
But also,
pretty
this week was
awesome.
my super busy week. So,
Well, all right, let's go. Thank us some patrons.
Thanks. I am pretty incredible.
Thanks.
I almost forgot, but you spoke before I could forget.
We even did it earlier. You tested the drop, but I did the thing.
And I very clearly said, I'm going to forget to do this. So I don't know why you are at all upset about me forgetting to do it. Hey, thank you so very, very much, patrons and Twitch subs. Your support keeps this podcast ticking. If you want to support the podcast, head over to twitch.tv/DanoPlayOver or patreon.com/squelch. So $5 and above patrons get the podcast tonight. It is recorded through our Patreon feed. And then patrons and Twitch subs will get access to our bonus podcast, Squelch After Dork, which is not been running lately, but will be running again soon, probably after, like, once the holidays hit and I have some more time. I think it's going to become a Squelch Pre-Dork, and then with a new format to that. So look forward to that. Thank you very much, patrons and Twitch subs. Speaking of thanking them, so with your support, here is next year's roadmap for games we expect to play.
This is probably more than just next year. This is probably the next year and a half, maybe even the next 2 years.
I think I'm counting on 2. I'm counting on 2 years for this.
So here is our roadmap. We're just going to kind of trade off and on here, but we're going to start with Fallout New Vegas. So after we finish with Xmas Effect, we are actually going to jump into Fallout New Vegas. This is, we are deviating from the schedule because the Fallout TV show is heading to New Vegas, like middle December. We're going to finish up with Andromeda, middle-ish of December. So we figured why not play New Vegas when the TV show is going to New Vegas. So we're going to start with Fallout New Vegas. Matt, yes.
Suggestion for pre-dork? Fallout TV show discussion.
Oh, we could. But then I require I actually watch it. And
yeah,
that's a lot of work.
That is a lot of work.
I have to go to my TV. I have to find what streaming service it is.
It's on
I have
Amazon.
To make sure Matt, good.
I'm not saying I don't intend to watch it. I'm just saying, like, the chances of me watching it as it goes out is so small because like I don't have that kind of time in my week. Fair. I do, but I just don't care enough about any TV show that's been released in 20 years to actually watch it as it is released. So
as you should. You wait till everything comes out and then you binge the entire show.
Well, yeah, or you wait until you find out if they're going to cancel after one season or not, if it's actually worth watching. Because maybe it's a fantastic show that they don't finish, and they're like, okay, next season's going to be amazing, but it had like, you know, it didn't break every single streaming record ever, so they're like, oh, we're not going to make any more of it. Or they're going to make something new, but 5 years later. Or they're going to make another season, but it's Peter Dinklage next. Like, what in the world is going on there with, that's with the show over on Peacock, the mystery solving one, where Charlie.
Poker Face.
Yeah, Poker Face. The next
Peter
Charlie's
Dinklage
Peter
is in Poker Face now?
That's what the showrunner says he wants to do.
So it's leaving Peacock after 2 amazing seasons because Peacock is terrible. It's probably going to HBO, and they're going to reboot it with Peter Dinklage instead of Natasha Lyonne.
Who is amazing on that show. Absolutely amazing.
100%.
Awesome.
She's the reason the show
that
is
I want to
good.
watch that show.
Yes,
100%.
No offense to Peter Dinklage, but like, nope.
No, I'm
sorry.
good.
Like, unless Peter Dinklage is playing like literally Columbo, I don't care.
I don't even care if he's playing Columbo. I'm sorry, but Peter Dinklage, it's no, he doesn't. He plays one type of character really, really well. I'm sorry. He played it in both Game of Thrones and he played it in Elf. Like, he plays the kind of angry, smart guy really, really well. I just, that's not what that show is good for. Sorry. It's so weird. I'm sorry.
I even love Peter Dinklage. I probably enjoy him a little bit more than you, Dano. But that's not the role for him when we already have the character.
I'm guessing. So is this trying to be like a Doctor Who situation where like every few years we have a new Charlie? Is that what's going on with this show?
Every few years, someone is born with the innate ability to tell whenever somebody is lying to them.
Yes.
Like, I'm sorry. Like, if you can't hold on to like the main character of this show, I don't think you keep doing the show. I think you just end it after 2 amazing seasons. Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe Peter Dinklage is gonna be amazing. He's an amazing actor. I have nothing against Peter Dinklage, but like, he's just not who I see in this role. Like, Peter Dinklage
actually,
bouncing around America. Maybe it's actually maybe it's gonna be amazing. Okay, you know what?
You know. I will accept it if it's the last they show an episode with Charlie and she gets shot and then she regenerates into Peter Dinklage like Doctor Who.
Yes. Okay. If she has a regeneration scene where she regenerates into Peter Dinklage, I'm fully on board as well. That is, you know what? That is, I take it all back. I am fully on board with this regenerating Charlie situation with Peter Dinklage being next. I take it all back. I am wrong. I am 100% wrong here. This is amazing. I have no notes.
Also, go watch Poker Face. It's an amazing show.
It's so good. But even I didn't catch season 2 yet. I was kind of waiting for Christmas break.
No, it's really good. I'm looking forward to you watching it.
I can't wait. I love the first season. One of the best shows, I think. Though Peacock has a number of really good ones. There was also the one with like where the lady could like go talk to Jesus. That one was amazing. That was an insane show. I don't remember what it's called, but you have to go watch that one too. Anyways,
also the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air reboot, also pretty good.
I don't want to watch an angsty Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I want to watch a funny Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I don't know.
You could still do that.
It's still there somewhere. It's somewhere on the internet.
All right, so we're playing Fallout New Vegas. Nothing to do with
yeah. Look at us being so focused.
Then we are getting back to our schedule of the Dragon Age Inquisition DLCs, and then we are playing Veilguard. I don't care if it's the last thing I ever do on a podcast. We are playing Dragon Age Veilguard, and we're going to talk about it. After that, Storm Rage, what are we doing once we're done with Veilguard?
After that, we're going to do a bit of a palate cleanser from all of our RPGs that we've been playing. We're going to play the indie game Dispatch. So that'll be a shorter section. I'm guessing it'll take us about 10 hours to beat the game, so that might even be 2 or 3 weeks. And then from there, we're going to pivot to old school JRPGs, Final Fantasy VI and Final Fantasy IX. Then we're going to go extremely modern with a French RPG with Clair Obscura Expedition 33, and then closing it out with one of the most recent JRPGs, Metaphor ReFantazio.
So that's the plan. I'm legitimately excited about all of these games. A couple of them I played, a couple of them I haven't. Some of them have been like on my must-play list. I can't wait.
I've been trying to subject these people to Star Trek Resurgence. I just will never take the bullet.
Looking forward to quacking that out later. Let's get over to the... I'm kidding because I don't want to talk about playing the Star Trek game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
Matt and I both looked at each other trying to figure out what the swear word was.
The swear word is Star Trek.
Biting
That's
not
what the swear
allowed?
is.
I actually love Star Trek too. The game just, I don't know, for whatever reason, is just not like getting
No,
it.
it's Telltale. It's very Telltale games. So
Sounds like fun. Let's head over to lore.
This one's a real page turner.
All right, so by the end of this week, we will have met most of our friends. So we're going to head and kind of introduce them all here. So first of all, we're playing as Ryder. The Ryder is a twin. So they're either a male twin or a female twin. You take your pick. And then that is Ryder is the Pathfinder. The rest of her friends are Cora. She's a human biotic and second in command. Everyone thought that when something happened to Ryder, the old man Ryder, Cora would be put into command, but nope. Ryder was. Because, you know what? Nepotism is great. Next up is Liam. Liam Costa, a human soldier. He has a couch. Super into this couch. Then we have...
He's, like, very into the couch. It is a bad couch that should not exist. And he just loves it. It's so silly.
Did you scan the couch, Stormrage?
Yeah.
What?
Did you scan the couch?
No.
You have to scan the couch.
Scan the couch.
Scanning the couch is really, really gold. So I'm going to let you scan the couch so that you can enjoy scanning that couch on your own. Do we want to go ahead and talk about the characters we haven't met yet, or we want to skip them for now?
I think we can skip them for now.
All right. Sounds good. So next up is Vetra. She is a Turian. She's a bit of a fixer. She basically invited herself onto our ship by like helping us get out early. We weren't supposed to leave. And she was like, hey, I'll take care of this. How about I get your mom out of stasis? And the guy's like, yeah. She's like, just turn the other way. He's like, sweet, I will. And then we left. So and then Vetra walked onto our ship and we're like, all right, welcome aboard, I guess.
Sometimes you need someone just to get things done for you, and it's great.
Yes, indeed. Next, we have the Tempest crew. So these are not playable, but they are members of the crew. So we have Sam. Sam is our AI. It was built by our dad. Sam tells really, really good jokes. For example, why don't Thresher Maws eat comedians? Because they taste funny.
That's good.
And he's full of those. Every time you go to Sam Node, you can ask him to tell a joke. And it's another dad joke, just like that one.
I really like Sam. There are some times, like, I was fighting this big monster thing this week, and we'll get into it later. And Sam just pops up and goes, large object in your vicinity, Pathfinder. Suggest not dying. And I was like, thank you so much, Sam. Thank you so much.
Next up, we have Suvi. Suvi is a human and our science officer. She believes in a religious higher power and is a bit touchy about it because she's like a scientist, but also believes in religion. And she's like, well, people say it can't be both. And she's like, but they're wrong. I'm like, cool, Suvi, live your life.
Yeah.
Next up, we have Callow. He is a Solarian and pilot of the Tempest. The Tempest is our ship. He was the test pilot of the Tempest in the Milky Way and joined the initiative to stay with the ship. Next is Lexi, our medical officer and also an Asari. And then Gil Brody. He's the Tempest engineer. He is a human and he's not Tally, so he sucks.
I will say one thing that I do like about the crew of the Tempest is that I felt like the crew on the Normandy, outside of our companions and Joker, was more like tertiary characters rather than like secondary characters. And these characters feel more involved. They talk to you more frequently. They're more easily accessible. So I feel like I know more of these characters a little bit better than I did, for example, like with Dr. Chakwas, who I loved. I love that character.
I forgot about her.
But I rarely would go and talk to her. Whereas like I see Lexi every time I run around the ship. And I don't know if it's placement or the fact that they have conversations while you're just walking around. You don't need to talk to them, but it's great, and I love it a lot.
And they have personality, other than Doctor, who has known Shepard for a long time, and Second Officer, who is racist and then immediately dies.
Yeah. Yep.
So yeah, 100% with that. The Tempest crew is really, really good, and definitely the most fleshed out of like the crews we get in Mass Effects. Period. I would say.
I'd agree.
Callow and Suvi both have relationships. So like they're like best friends, and they talk about that. Callow and Gil are always fighting, which is really interesting and fun. Lexi, I guess there is a point in the game when you can find Lexi will create a psychiatric profile on your rider, and you can find that based on the decisions that you've made throughout the game, which is super cool. So yeah, really, really good and fun crew, I would say. Very similar to our advisors in Dragon Age Inquisition, I would say.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Where they're
very
like
much.
fully fleshed out. You get to have conversations with them. They have personality. You can date them, all that kind of stuff. So, and last we have the Nexus leadership, which really doesn't play as much into the game as I thought it was going to, but we can go, they do serve purposes in the game, so we can definitely talk about them. First up is Director Tan. He is a Solarian and the acting director of the Nexus. He thinks
he sucks.
He thinks he's the smartest person in the room all the time. He thinks he's great. He is only the acting director because the 7 people in front of him to be director all died. So, good job, Tan. Next up, we have
it was 8 people in front of him that died.
My bad.
Yeah,
My
he's
bad.
8. He's 8. Actually, isn't that what the Krogan lady says? Like,
Yeah,
say hi to
he's-
8 for me or whatever.
Yeah, she calls him 8 because the other 7 died, right?
I think it's not. Okay, I'll Google it.
Yep,
We'll
you
get
do that.
back to it.
All right.
This doesn't matter, but this is a very squelch thing for us to focus on.
Yeah. much like Charlie turning into Peter Dinklage. Yeah.
I want to watch that so bad now. I'm actually very invested in Charlie transforming into Peter Dinklage. Next up, we have Director Addison. She's a human and the Director of Colonial Affairs. She's mean because colonizing a new galaxy is hard, which you thought she would be aware of that. Next, we have Director Kesh. She's a Krogan, and Drax. We don't know Drax yet. Oops. Shh, I didn't say that. She stuck around after the revolts to make sure that the Nexus didn't fall apart. She seems to be a pretty good person. And last up is Kandros. He is a Kitorian and head of the militia. Seems like a good enough dude. Doesn't have much to do with the game so far that I have seen.
Doesn't he run the strike missions?
Well, no, he just introduces you to the strike missions, and then you never have to really interact with him again about it because you have your own little strike mission port on the ship.
Do you?
So you do.
I'll get back to that later.
I know you do.
He doesn't have a ton that I remember him adding to the overall plot after you do that first little who's the first murderer mission. And good news, Director Tan is number 8. 7 people died in front of him. So you guys were correct.
All right. I love being right. So those are our friends. Our friends so far.
Where's the Pathfinder?
You're looking at her.
You're not Alec Ryder.
It gets me every time. Director Tan sucks so much.
It's just the best part about that was how basically both Tan and Addison like dealt with that situation of like learning that something happened to Alec Ryder. They were like, but what do we do? And it's like, aren't you in charge? He wasn't in charge. He was just the dude that searched for stuff. Like, you're in charge. Shouldn't you? I seem like you were very unprepared for this. Like the whole initiative Like they really
See,
just couldn't handle it.
They done goofed. I think what happened. Like something happened in 600 years, right?
All right, so I'm gonna get us starting here. So we are heading to Eos. Eos is kind of the first planet that the Nexus has tried to colonize. Habitat 7 was the first place we wanted to go to, but did not have breathable air. Important to us, not important to the Geth. So if we had brought the Geth along, they would have been fine. But
That's true.
But we're not the Geth, and at the time we left, we were still at war with the Geth. So
Also true.
we had not become plant robots yet.
Yeah.
Now I imagine everyone will be fine. I don't know how that works. I look forward to Mass Effect 4 and finding out what happened with the with the
I mean,
plant
Mass
robots.
Effect 5. This is Mass Effect 4.
This is Mass Effect Andromeda. Isn't Mass Effect 4? Isn't the next game going to be just like the continuing missions of the plant robots?
They have very specifically given no information about what Mass Effect 4 or 5 is. Not even the numbering. The only thing that we've seen is Liara picking up an N7 helmet, and that's the only thing we've seen.
Liara is legitimately the lamest character in the game, and she's going to be the next Shepard?
She is not the lamest character in the game. How dare you?
Okay, Liara, she was the lamest character until the third game when she became interesting. But before the third game, you didn't even have to play with her in the first game for quite a long time. Trust me, I did not recruit her.
Second game, she was also interesting. She just wasn't in your crew. And I'll take her over Ashley every single time.
Very true. I'm okay with that, actually. But she's a plant
she's
robot,
no
though.
She's no Caden.
She truly is no Caden.
So we get to Site 1.
So this was the first outpost created by the Initiative, created by the Nexus. It failed hard. So this was a U-shaped configuration of buildings with water supply in the middle and bluffs on all sides. Seems like a pretty good place to be, surrounded by an energy fetch that kept the worst of the radiation and elements at bay. Still many crates that were left unpacked. So we get to Site 1. We learned quite quickly it failed because of terrible weather, radiation, and then just like legitimate drama amongst the colonists. Like there was like 30 of them and they just couldn't decide like what or who or when, and just argued the whole time, including an attempted murder we learned later on. And so they simply were like, you know what, this is too hard. We are going back to the Nexus. Some of the colonists wanted to stay. They ran to Site 2, which we'll get to later. The rest of them ran away. So as long as we stay within the fence, we should be safe, right? Because that kept out all the elements. Wrong. Oopsie poopsie. We are immediately attacked by some Ket. So we get our first really fun battle with some Ket. Take care of them. They are obviously the bad guys. After we take care of the Ket, we run around the site a little bit, run into a scavenger from the Nexus who is just picking Site 1 clean for stuff to sell. He wants to go and like take it to the black market of Nexus and make a few credits. So, I mean, good for you, I guess. Very enterprising spirit. And he tells us that if we want to go outside of the fence, that we will probably need transportation, something we should have thought of. Luckily, the Mako 2 is located in an unpacked crate. So we go and get to unpack the Mako 2. Yes, Storm Rage.
It's technically called the Nomad, which
nope.
I only highlight because we're never going to say the real name of it ever again. But if you thought the writers were lazy and they were just like Mako 2, that isn't what happened. We are lazy and we don't want to learn the new name, so we're going to call it the Mako 2 because it's basically the Mako 2.
No, they
the
done
Mako
goof.
2.
They done goof not calling it the Mako 2.
Yeah, that's not my fault they didn't call it the Mako 2.
That's why this game was reviewed terribly.
That, you know what? Honestly, the most valid criticism yet.
So we'll need the Mako 2 and its protection against the radiation. Now, the Mako 2 will slowly take radiation damage, so we can't just like drive willy-nilly around the planet. Also, there is some zones of the planet that the radiation is so bad that not even the Mako 2 can handle driving around. And if we get out of the Mako 2, we quickly succumb to radiation poisoning. So we don't die from it, but like we get so weak that as soon as we get out and get hit by one thing, our health is so low, we die. So that's something to be careful of. But back at Site 1, we are restoring power. Sam discovers a structure in the near vicinity very similar to what Papa Ryder found at Habitat 7 and then used to adjust the atmosphere there. Sam figures, hey, if Papa Ryder can do it, bet you can do it too. So, hey, why don't we go and check that out? Very cool idea. At this point, we run into viability levels for the first time. It is a primary function of the game that the game explains with a very, very small pop-up window that goes away quite quickly. We continue to explore Site 1 and then learn that the colonists fled to Site 2, so off we go. Anything more about Site 1? Yes, Storm Rage.
To explain, have we explained viability levels yet?
We are going to explain it a couple times later. So we get to explain it again when we get to the Nexus, and then I will fully explain viability levels when we get to the game mechanics section, because the game's a terrible job of ever explaining viability levels. You have to just learn it by playing.
You just kind of gotta feel it out. It's not a mechanic that you know. It's a mechanic you feel in your heart.
Except for that is the primary mechanic of the game. Like
No. You just gotta feel it.
Consider me embarrassed when I went to the next planet, tried to put down a colony. It's like, you can't put down a colony until the viability is X. And I was like, but no one told me. All right, so we make the arduous, long trip to Site 2. It's a dozen meters from Site 1, and it is covered with signs of battle. It turns out that Site 2 was quite quickly overrun by Ket, and guess what? Fun for us. As we kind of look around, we find a maintenance bulletin posted around the time of the shutdown. It consisted of one word. That word was run, which is very fun. As soon as we read run, we get attacked by the Ket. And not just the Ket, but a big beastie called a fiend that shows up mid-fight and attacks friend and foe alike. This is something that happens quite frequently when you're kind of out and about in the game, and it's really fun. Because, like, all of a sudden you'll be fighting the Ket, and then there'll be, like, some, like, wild beasts that will show up. And, like, hey, we're also going to get in on this. So you're fighting, you know, a fiend and whatever those other things are, plus the Ket, and they're attacking the Ket. And so it's like, do I attack the animals or do I attack the Ket? We have to kill both of them eventually anyways. Very fun. I do enjoy these fights quite a bit. So that's really all there was to Site 2 after we clear out the Ket. We're like, okay, it's time to go and find this remnant thing. So let's go ahead and head off and find the Eos vault. Matt.
Oh, it's me. So we follow the signal to the vault. You know, and we get there, and the first monolith, you got your scanners out, as you do, because you're on a planet in a strange new world. You got to go scan everything. Find the control panel and see through the scanner is connected to a glyph at the top of a monolith. So luckily, somebody left some scaffolding there, so you can jump onto the top quite easily. And then as soon as you activate the monolith, and then go back down to activate her terminal, you get jumped by PB. PB is an Asari scientist that we meet here. You quite literally are jumped. She, like, tackles you. It's great.
She tackles you to the ground, and then you have a quick time event option to push her off, or just, like, let her just stay on top of you for a second. It's very silly.
Yeah. But anyway, she got her first. She claims first eats. You know, she claims dibs and is mad you're messing with the stuff. So you continue to mess with the stuff, and some remnant drones pop out of the ground, and you shoot them, because that's what you do. The remnant are the, like, mechanical creatures. They're not creatures, they're just, like, drones.
Yeah. Mechanical beings.
Something, yeah.
So, with the remnant, it took me forever to know if I was supposed to be killing them or not, because they kind of just mind their own business, and you kind of get up in their business. And so I'm like, should I be just, like, walking amongst them? Nope, they just attack you. So there's a thing to kill.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're just a thing to kill. So then after you clear out all the remnant drones, PB does an info dump on the alien technology and tells you that there are two other monoliths we need to take care of. We follow the road a little bit to a Ket base and clear out the group of them. And after clearing out the Ket base, I spend way too long trying to figure out how to get to the monolith because I forgot about the jumping tutorials. earlier in the game.
This is the part of the game where you find out that Mass Effect Andromeda is kind of a platformer, which
Yeah.
is very different than any other thing that BioWare has done. But jumping is a significant aspect of this game.
Yeah, like I ended up like just because like the two main entrances on each side are like shielded, so you can't get in them. And I'm like, oh, there's these power conduits all over, like power sources all over the place. Let me turn those off. No, those are just for the barriers. These aren't for the doors.
I know, right?
So I'm like, okay, so what do I do? Like, I was like, wait, and then I just jumped at random, like, oh, I can jump above the building. Okay, I'll walk on the top of the building and jump down from the building from there. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. I feel dumb. Thanks, game.
Those barriers have got me a couple times. Where not the barriers, but like the cat generators. I'm like, oh, I gotta take care of these generators. Something important must happen. So I'm like, oh, what did I do? I turned them all off. What did I do? I'm like, oh, the barriers turned off.
Yeah. Good job, game. So we activate the monolith. This one has two things on there, two glyphs that we take care of, and we kill the revenant. They pop out, and we make our way to the third monolith. Where guess what? We do the same thing, but there are 3 glyphs we have to find. All of them are very easily found by the scanner. After go ahead, Storm Rage.
The way that we activate these monoliths is scanning the glyphs, and then we play a little Sudoku game. And I love the Sudoku game that we get to play in these stupid little monoliths.
It's a quite easy like 4x4 Sudoku puzzle.
It does get more complicated later on, but it introduces 4x4.
Yeah, which is do they do like a 9x9 and then do a sick?
There are brute forces that you can pick up, little one-time use items that just like force your way through the puzzle if you need them. I haven't used them yet because I figured they're going to get more difficult and I was going to get annoyed later with them.
Yep.
So once all 3 monoliths are online, there's a cutscene where all the monoliths activate something in the lake, and we and PB go investigate. So we go inside, and we're like, "What? This is just an empty room. What the heck?" And then all of a sudden, there's a cute little scene where it's like the floor opens up, and PB's like, "Good job, Pathfinder." And you can either blow her off or be like, "Yeah, I or be like, "Yeah, that was totally me," or be like, "I had nothing to do with that." You know, depending on your choices. It's fun little scene. And there's a bottomless pit. So what do we do? Of course, you do the first thing: you throw a rock down it and see what happens. And guess what? The rock floats on its way down slowly. Mm-hmm. So what do? There's another quick time event where you can jump down before PB and she gets upset. It's great.
You can. Yes, you can.
Yeah. And then, thank goodness for alien technology that won't kill us. We float down. So we have a lot more things to scan. We play with some consoles, and all of a sudden we notice, and Sam tells us that there's this pipe that we have to follow. So we go follow the pipe. We activate the console, open the door. PB decides she wants to split up. We say, fine, go away. Go cover more ground. Liam makes a joke that she's going to get trapped in a pit of spikes. He owes me 10 credits.
He does. Me as well.
And then we walk into a room. There's a crate of loot behind a force field. We'll remember this, right?
I did.
I did too. Enter the next. Oh no. And then we enter the next room. It's filled with remnants and a strange ferrous liquid that somewhat resembles biogel in a way. Better not swim in it because it hurts. Guess what I did? I swam in it and it hurt. We explore some more. This place, honestly, there's some great background stuff in this entire area. It looks fantastic. Yeah. It's very spooky. It's very cool. Yes, Dan?
It's also one note. It struggles with resting sci-fi face, which almost every sci-fi game struggles with, right? Which is we don't know what the future is going to look like. So of course it's going to be all pyramids and squares, very reflective surfaces, and either white or black. And so
whites or shades of dark blue. Yes.
Yeah, I agree. It's cool, but it was so similar that even the really cool views of because there's this one part where you can see the entire expanse of it, and it just looks it's all just very similar, one note, black with like, a few. So it just kind of like, and this is a sci-fi game problem in general, I believe, because like it's hard to imagine the future, but I don't think it's as cool as of like, how we saw some of like the futuristic towns in Mass Effect 3 when we would like get there and we'd look out and we'd see these amazing like spaces. So I do think this game from that angle, it's not quite as impressive as 2 or 3. Sorry, I just wanted to say that.
No, I think that's fair.
No, you're fine. No, that's good. That's just, and then we go through a hallway. There's another gravity well. We go down there, another gravity well. And then we notice that this console is this is the third area that we need to fix. That's we do this. Never mind. So we go behind this door, I'm lost here. It's been a week. Is this where we find the broken console? We go the other way to try to fix it, and there's these plants, these gigantic plants that are somehow alive in complete darkness. Is that what's going on?
Let's say sure, because I don't remember the specifics, and I don't think the ordering matters. As long as we hit the right things.
Yeah, so we basically, this area is very linear. You cannot get lost. It's just a matter of finding.
Dano found a way to get lost.
Wait for it.
Yeah.
I'll get there at the end.
Eventually somehow we make our way to door number 3 to interface with the console. It's this big glowing cylinder of light with a big mechanical thing on top, upside down pyramid on top that's like pulsing in and out. It's kind of cool. We decide to slap the console because that's what you do. And all of a sudden it turns red. There's a big glowy cylinder MacGuffin that we pick up that we have no idea what it is. And then all of a sudden it's just something happens because it's the cutscene happens and it's all on the 3. It's on Liam, Cora, and your writer, like just looking in awe of whatever's happening. And it's a big black cloud of death that we have to run away from. So we make our way back up. We run off to the side, grab the loot in the hallway, come back out, and make our way out. And then Ryder stops and fiddles with the console, and the gas goes back into the vault. And then it lights up, and there's a gigantic map showing the location of the other vaults lit up in the Helios cluster. And we discuss their purpose and mark the vault locations on our star charts and mark our way back to the surface. Dan, you have a bug?
I had a massive bug. So I'm working my way through this this way, like you said, and quite linear. And then I got to a door that I couldn't open, and I was like, "Oh, I must have not done something cool. Oh, let's go do some exploring." So I did some exploring, quite a bit of exploring. Thought I got to everywhere. Sent a message to Stormrage, "Hey, is this door supposed to be locked?" It's like, "I don't think it's supposed to be locked." So I kept on looking around some more at some things. I'm like, what did I miss? I make sure I hit all of the little like switches, make sure all the switches were on. Found a few secret rooms. Still nothing happened. Saved the game, exited, came back in, still couldn't open that door. Saved the game, exited again, went to YouTube. At first I Googled it. No one had anything to say about this door, though there were a few people that had the same problem. They're like, "Hey, what's with this door?" And then for whatever reason, when stuff happens in most games and you run into a problem, most people are like, "Hey, post a screenshot, let me know." I've run into multiple occasions with this game in particular where you Google it and it's just someone on Reddit being a jerk. Play the game. This isn't a problem. This is your problem. People are very protective of this game. They don't talk. The people who actually played it do not talk. Like, it's just, why are you asking? Just go play the game. Or this isn't a problem. This is how it should be. You just didn't go to the right place. Nope. It were people just like me on multiple forums being like, "Why is this door not opening?" It's a bug. I went to a YouTube video, watched someone play all the way through, and watched them walk through that door with no problem. And I was like, the door is supposed to open. I
had this problem in Mass Effect 3.
I went back to a previous save, I was a little bit apprehensive at this point that I was just stuck here. Went to a previous save before I entered into the vault, went through, the door opened just fine, no big deal. that it worked. But really funny that there was no one on the internet that actually had anything to say about this bug when there are multiple people asking questions about this bug. So obviously a thing that they couldn't get around to fixing in the 3 months that they were working on it. But yeah, that was that was quite the when there's only one door to go through and it doesn't open. It kind of feels stuck.
Yeah, I had the exact same thing happen in Mass Effect 3, where like it was literally like goons like spawned into the ceiling and were stuck, and I couldn't.
Oh, I had that same problem as well, and I had to go back to a previous save because it was when they were falling down. And there was like multiple tiered levels, and so like they would just sit there and they would shoot at you, and you couldn't shoot at them. Yep. Nice job, BioWare. Hey, tell us about the EOS Outpost there, Storm Rage.
So after we pop the vault and we get notification from Sam that the atmosphere is stabilizing, so the kind of harsh radiation and the harsh heat are seemingly kind of fixed, at the very least for now, maybe forever, thanks to the vault that we just activated. We then set our sights on our new location that will definitely make a great spot for a new colony. And this time, we've PATHFOUND, so it's gonna be great.
Third time's the charm.
Yep. We head into the valley, and there are plenty of cat to go and murder, so. We do a lot of murders. And thankfully, there's somebody helping us do murders. Drac. Drac is a Krogan whom we met a little bit earlier while we were exploring on EOS.
Oh, and I forgot to mention we met Drac when we were like doing the jumping puzzles.
It's really, really good. I love Drac. He's an old Krogan who initially said he didn't want to be part of the Pathfinder team because he was sick of the Nexus and sick of all their politics. And then he goes, "Oh, you actually get things done. All right, I'll hook up with you. Mm-hmm. I'll hang out since you're, doing things instead of just talking about doing things." He is also, his granddaughter is Cash, who we mentioned earlier is still part of the Citadel leadership team. She's, I think, the only Krogan that's still, sorry, not on the Citadel, the only Krogan that's still in the Nexus and helping run things over there. After we kill a handful more cat, we prove ourselves and he's willing to join and see where the ride goes. We also get to establish our first outpost. And we can either choose to have a scientific outpost or a military outpost. Our companions will usually suggest one or the other. In mine, I had Vetra, who suggested a scientific one, and then Cora, who suggested a military one. And there isn't a significant difference between these choices other than flavor and lore. And a lot of people will bring up, "Oh, I see that you are focusing on science." And it'll also dictate the kinds of NPCs that are on the planet. And so a few small things here or there, nothing too major. But I am curious, what did you guys choose? You choose science or military?
Matt, you want to go first?
Science.
I did science as well. It seemed like for like the kind of writer that I'm role playing, science made more sense.
Yeah, so. It's like I'm doing like the whole like I'm coming in peace. We're coming to like, explore, trying to like incorporate ourselves into this new galaxy.
Yeah,
military doesn't seem like a good idea.
Yeah. Plus, I'm trying to date our science officer, and I thought, you know what?
I also went with science. And fun fact, the outpost will look the exact same whether you choose science or military, with the exception that if you choose science, because they don't have soldiers, you get these really cool turrets that are just kind of placed everywhere throughout the camp to help deal with the cat. And they look really cool. So I was like, well, that's good enough reason to select it.
They do look really cool. I didn't realize that was the difference. That's kind of funny. All right, so it is time for us to head back to the Nexus, but very important thing first. So it's time for a team meeting. Now that we have what we assume is our complete team, Cora, who was our second command, has put together bunk assignments. And everyone looks at her like she's kind of stupid. Drax's like, nah, I'm not doing that. I'm going to sleep in the kitchen and deal with that. And PB's like, yeah, no, I've got this great little spot set aside in an escape pod, which is much more my style. And Cora looks at us like slightly annoyed, like, hey, Pathfinder, you're in charge. What are you going to do? And then we can be like, yeah, no, you're adult. Sleep wherever you want. I'm not your mom, which I absolutely love.
It's a good reminder that while it is like a organized vessel, it's certainly not a military vessel. Like that is that would not fly in Shepard's ship, but it will absolutely fly in Ryder's.
I mean, it kind of flies in Shepard's ship because Jack slept in like the cargo hold, so.
That's fair. That's a fair point. You know what? Complaint rescinded.
Right?
What's funny?
Yeah, there really wasn't much for like actual quarters in like the Normandy, right? Like there was like the bunks, but like they looked like there was never used.
So you could go in the quarters and there would be like nameless members of the crew who like be chatting about what was happening currently in like the universe. So. But like it wasn't like our friends slept in the quarters. They all had their little like nooks and crannies where they slept. So this is kind of fun. So as this conversation goes on, everyone starts joking about how at least this time nobody died. And then Drac and PB are quite unimpressed that this is the organization that they've joined. And then depending on how you answer, either seriously or unseriously, one of them will be unimpressed with you. So if you answer in a joking manner, Drac's like, that's not how Krogan run things. And if you take it seriously, PB is like, that's not my style, which I enjoyed. So you kind of, and you get that throughout the game as like you answer certain things, like people are like, that joke didn't land or whatever. So I was kind of enjoying that. And it really is funny how the game kind of like portrays your leadership as Ryder, which is very much a work in progress and figuring it out as you go. So we reach the Nexus and are immediately surrounded by colonists who are both excited about Prodromos, which is the name of our colony, and apprehensive because this isn't the first time they've been told to be excited about a colony. We assure them that this time is different because of the Remnant Vault. We stop by Addison's office. Yes, they're mat-at-arms.
Prodromos is a Greek word meaning forerunner.
Which it's not. It's the third. So it should be the Greek word for third time is a charm.
Right?
But good to know, though. So we stop by Addison's office. You'll remember Addison. She's the director of colonial affairs, and she is mad because she came to New Galaxy and everything wasn't easy. So, yes, Matt.
Dumb question. Is she now mad that we PATHFOUND something?
She is, yes. Now she is cranky that we PATHFOUND something. She'll call you Pathfinder, but she does bring up the whole PATHFOUND joke. There was some writer who was very proud of that PATHFOUND joke, and I appreciate that. Like, I stand by your work. So
commit to the bit, really.
I mean, honestly, we can't claim to be any better.
No, we sure can't.
I will say, I imagine that writer was paid slightly more than what we're paid, but that being said, I'm going to guess just slightly. So she starts off by passively aggressively doing something she couldn't do, and then she starts off by passive aggressively talking to us because we did something she couldn't do, and then leads into teaching us about Andromeda vitality points, which, not gonna lie, is too late since we're already dealing with them. And then she doesn't even talk much about them. She's like, hey, these are AVPs. They're a thing. Go talk to my assistant. And you're like, all right. So then you go talk to his assistant, and he's like, hey, spend your AVPs. And I'm like, spend my Alien versus Predators? And he's like, no, your Andromeda vitality points. And I'm like, no, friend, AVP is already a video game thing. You should have done something else there. And he's like, we'll spend them anyways. And then there is a slight little window that's like, here's this major mechanic. We're not going to talk anymore about this. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Glad I clicked through that without reading it. So essentially, each planet we attempt to colonize is going to be a total mess. There are going to be environmental problems, remnant tech, and other rogue elements that we need to deal with. Until we deal with enough of those problems to safely build a colony, we can't build a colony. This is why we hinterlands around, completing side quests and main quests alike. Each quest gives a certain amount of Alien vs. Predators. The bigger the quest, the more Alien vs. Predators we receive. Once we have enough Alien vs. Predators, we get to launch our colony. which is very exciting. And I can't wait to do that for my next colony, but I haven't got there yet, even though I've done quite a bit of questing on that colony. I'm hoping I'm getting close, but it's a lot.
For the majority of the colonies, you won't. Side quests alone will not get you there. You pretty much, in order to launch the colony, you have to complete the main quest, and then in order to get additional points to unlock additional pods, then that will be helpful with side questing. But I don't know if you can unlock the colony until you completed the main quest on that planet.
I think you have to do at least the 2 main quests, right? Which is to unlock the vault and take care of the main quest, right?
Yes.
Because I took care of the main quest on Hoth already, because I'm having a lot of fun with this game, but haven't taken care of the vault yet, and I still don't have enough points. So I think it's those 2 things essentially you have to do. So, by the way, spoilers for next week, super duper fun main quest. Really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it's good. It's good. It also explains a lot more about the cat and why it's great to just murder them on sight. It's a good time.
But is it? It's really fun. Really kind of a gray area that kind of gets ungrayed very quickly, but still kind of mildly gray. I cannot wait to talk about it next week. So, there we go. So as Pathfinder, we have the ability to move people up the queue to be woken up early. There is a lot of politicking about this for obvious reasons. And who we wake up is often scrutinized by literally everybody. Now we get to head over to Director Tan's office in Pathfinder Hall, which is where he decided his office should be. As Pathfinder, I don't have an office in Pathfinder Hall, but Tan does, because that's the kind of person
he's the worst.
He is. He tells us that we are the hero of the hour and that our success gives us leverage over our doubters. Very cool way to be excited about us successfully putting a colony down. Tan, very neat way to do that. It's all about me, not about the success of these colonists. So, and then he goes on to be weird and claims that he is our patron who shares our vision of a prosperous future. Tan is obviously a chud who wants to hitch his wagon to the first thing that appears to be going in the right direction. Towards the end of this meeting, Kesh and Kandro show up. Kesh implies that Tan is trying to cut them out of leadership, and that the three of them start arguing about who can pee the furthest. At the end of the meeting, Tan tells us that we have his permission to keep doing our job. Cool. Thanks, Space Rubio.
Thank you.
But I don't need your permission. Now we get to go talk with our twin if we choose to. So we head to where our twin is still sleeping in his coma. And it turns out that Sam has figured out how to talk to people in a coma. So that's exciting. So now we get to have a very brief conversation to our coma-induced twin. So he has figured this out because apparently, like, we have a stronger connection with Sam. Yeah, so, space magic technology, hand waving. So our sibling will ask us some questions. He will ask about our dad and how he's doing and about our new home. And we can be honest about the situation. Or we can lie. So we can be like, yeah, sorry, dad's dead and our new home is a train wreck. In which case he will kind of be shocked and slip back into the coma. Or we can lie to our sibling and let them rest more peacefully. But we will have to deal with the consequences if they ever wake up and learn the truth for themselves. Have either of you got to do this yet?
I did, and I told him the truth about our dad, and then he went, oh, but at least the world's good, right? At least we haven't traveled all here for nothing. And I was like, I can't lie to you a second time. And I promise by the time you wake up, there will be at least one colony, so I can make this lie true with time. So I did lie the second time.
Oh,
we got one, right?
Yeah, we got a colony, so we're fine.
I was like, you know what? I can't lie to a guy in a coma. So I was like, yeah, sorry, dad's dead. He's like, but our new home is beautiful. And I was like, nope, totally sucks. And then he like fell back and I was like, oh, kind of feel like a jerk not coming back here anytime soon. Sorry, bro. last, our reporter friend wants to have another meeting. She tells us that Tan wants us to say nice things about him in the Nexus, but she believes that people deserve the truth, not propaganda. Tan really is Space Rubio, and I'm sure Matt is upset because he couldn't punch the reporter in the quest for asking valid questions. One cool thing, we can flirt with the reporter, so maybe that's the track Matt is taking. He hasn't got there yet, so I look forward to learning about that next week. But yeah, we get to choose if we lie or like, yeah, everything is great and Director Tan's the best, or we can be like, yeah, no, Tan sucks, but we're going to be successful anyways. So it's kind of fun. So we have some mechanics. I want to talk about mechanics part 2 because there were some changes here that, like, not changes, but we weren't completely clear about how things that we learned. So we have learned new things. So gathering resources. Last week we talked about the 3 ways to gather resources. Those are all correct, except there is a 4th way to do this. And the 4th way is to deconstruct weapons and armor that you aren't using. So if you are going to be crafting instead of like buying your gear, this is a great thing to do, which is actually a really neat way to kind of both ways work. You can just sell unwanted gear and then buy new gear, or you can deconstruct them and then you will get a lot of the materials you need for the crafting and then craft that way as well, which is what I did to craft both my tier 4 armor and my tier 4 weapon. When you craft, you do get to make better gear. So there are ways to modify during the crafting process to add additional things that you can't like buy or find. So you are rewarded for crafting, but it is totally unnecessary. If you don't want to craft, you can buy most of the best gear and armor in the game anyways. So next is strike team missions. So there's actually more to this, and it's actually quite a bit of fun. It's not just like, hey, there's this one team. There's actually a whole mini game attached to it where you can recruit multiple teams and outfit them with stuff gained during strike missions. During strike missions, they can gain like strengths, and like when they succeed, they'll get better at certain things. When they fail, they could like get weaker at certain kinds of missions. So it's actually quite a bit of fun. I'm actually running 3 teams at the moment. So I have Team Bravo, which is a level 13 team full of Solarians. They are outlaw specialists, daring and fearless, and are currently using a crate of special ammo. Then I have Team Foxtrot, level 11 Taurians. They are rugged hostage rescue specialists. And then I have a brand new team of level 1 humans, and I forgot to check at what they are good at. Matt, talk about your experience with this really cool little mini game.
Yeah, so I get the pop up. I go, let's do this for strike team mission, and it says you must pay for Xbox Live, and I'm like, boo.
Yeah.
Boo.
Yeah, same for PSN. So neither Matt nor I can engage in this because even if we didn't want to play online, we still have to connect online with the game, and you can't connect online with any game unless you pay for the online service.
I can't wait for it to be broken in like a year or 2.
Yeah.
I'm not going to lie. If I wasn't so afraid of playing what is essentially almost like but basically it's a shooter. If I wasn't so terrified of playing that with people, I would have already tried it out. I almost have a couple of times, but I just don't have the fortitude to play online with strangers in a fast-paced game like this. So I haven't. Maybe I will next week. We'll see. Last up, let's talk about AVP, aka Alien vs. Predators, aka Andromeda Vitality Points. So these are how we open cryopods full of sleeping colonists. This is our job as Pathfinder. Why isn't this the job of the Director of Colonial Affairs? Great question. It's not, though. It's our job as Pathfinder to determine who gets to wake up and who has to stay asleep. So as we gain Alien versus Predators, we can open up either a military pod, a science pod, or a commerce pod. Each time we open a pod, we get a bonus. For example, I currently get access to these treasure chest drops on the maps. They're just basically like drops of really sweet gear that were sent in advance, and I get to find them. I have a map that shows me where they are. I get 100 free Milky Way research points every 45 minutes, and a free item, a consumable item every 45 minutes as well. These are 45 minutes of in-game time. So while you're logged out, these do not the time doesn't tick over, and then
So it's not like the war table where
not like the war
quite.
table. Nope. And then if you don't collect it, it just sits there, and new things don't like add up. So you do have to go collect these every 45 minutes if you want to like min max it. They're not really worth min maxing. It's just kind of like a nice little thing. So whenever I'm like on the ship, I'll go off, and maybe if I have like 5 minutes till the next one, I'll like sit around, go make a quick hot chocolate, and then come back after the 5 minutes and then collect it and then go do a mission. You can't collect them from like your towns. You have to be on board your ship or on board the Nexus to kind of collect the AVP. But it's kind of neat. It's fun. It's a nice little decision to make. Like, it's a whole bunch of them, and they're fun. They're well explained, I think. So
I like these things a lot. They're super small. They are meaningful bonuses when you take them over time, and like having the treasure troves is one that I stole from Dano, and then I'm also just getting additional materials, and you can get credits. So like, what if you want to play a route where you're like, I'm not going to craft anything, I just don't care to craft, then you can be like, great, I'm just going to grab more credits, and that'll be the thing that you get from here, so you can buy more things. You can unlock special vendors, so that way you can buy better things. If you want to craft, you can get more crafting regions, so it can be very malleable depending on your playstyle.
Yep, it's a really clever way to kind of work through and gamify like because it's the AVP, the fatality of like the galaxy. They did a lot of work to make it feel important, which I really, really enjoy about this game. Questing around is purposeful. Like opening these cryopods is purposeful, and they do a really interesting job of actually making the cryopods seem important with like how colonists react and that kind of stuff as well. Really cool bit of like, I think, world building and writing that they did with this. And they didn't do an Inquisition. So.
Hello, old friend. Let's meet for tea after the match, shall we?
Slurp, slurp, slurp.
I didn't forget. Hey, Matt.
You didn't?
Go ahead and get us started.
Gotta get the first good. The first good is like the planets and like the set pieces and like the kind of alien technology looks kind of awesome.
No, Tea with Finley, right? That's where I hit.
Yeah.
Oh, we're doing tea. My bad. I'm. So T, work got extremely worky. So I'm kind of like, I had 2 projects due in like the same week. It was fun. So I kind of stuck to the main story. I hung out with the crew. Got to know everybody. I like Suvi a lot. She's cool. She's super cool.
She's our science officer, right?
Yes.
I explored so much of EOS. I just kept playing and going to different places and seeing different things. And some of it was intentional, some of it was not. And it was just an absolute blast. So a couple of things that I did is I first hit 100% viability on EOS, which I never thought I would do. Not because it's that difficult, but because I almost always do main quests and then I just immediately go to the next main quest. And you have to do at least a handful of side quests in order to get to 100% viability. I met Zaid Masani's son, who never met his dad, but is clearly his son, who helped me kill some Ket. I beat an entire Ket base and felt like the coolest person on Earth when I was doing so. I tried to help some colonists with some water, and then bam, all of a sudden there was an architect, and I forgot that these guys existed, and they are basically dragons from Dragon Age Inquisition, but they are giant remnant things. This game really is Dragon Age Inquisition in space, and I did not realize it until I played Dragon Age Inquisition. I cleared out a handful of remnant sites, I found some drones, I scanned some supply crates that exploded, and then you're supposed to scan all 6 and then turn it in, but you can turn it in early, and oopsies, I turned it in early, and they were like, we'll never know. And I went, well, oopsies. I brought an engineer who put themselves back into cryo after the last colony failed, so then I brought them back out. And as far as build, I was running a sniper build with invisibility cloak and then a flamethrower and a giant shrapnel cannon. And then I crafted, I developed a sword, an Asari sword. And the gates of heaven opened unto me as I now have my favorite combo. I use charge to get in. I ground pound with shockwave or whatever it is. And then that is an AoE damage. And then I just spam my melee. As my character dashes around, you get invisibility for like half a second as you dash behind whoever you're hitting. And then you slash them. And then you regenerate a little bit of your shields. And so it's just charge in. Slash, 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 slash. Everybody's dead. It's awesome. It's simply the best, and I love it a lot. Dano, how about yourself?
So that leads me into my build, actually. I did also kill the space dragon. It was a ton of fun. But the build I was doing, either I was bad at it or it was bad, and I could not kill the space dragon. So I went and I respec'd into a sniper build. And then from there, I also discovered how much fun it is, like, stabbing people with a sword. And so I'm running a sniper build, and then I opened up the ability that after I kill something with my melee weapon, I go back into, I become invisible again. And so, yeah. And so I was like, well, that's what I'm doing from now on. I am a sniper that when they get into melee, gets to kill something and then go invisible and then kill something again. It's a ton of fun. It is not the best way to play the game. I don't care. Mostly I'm a sniper. But then every now and again, I just kind of like, well, I'm just going to go and kill this thing. I also discovered a super sweet sword, but this one it's a Buster sword. It's legitimately the Buster sword from Final Fantasy VII, and it's amazing. It is super duper fun. It's not, the Sari sword is definitely better than this, or the Krogan hammer is better than it, but I want to have a Buster sword, so I'm using a Buster sword, and it's just too much fun. So that's what I'm doing. I completed so many quests. I completed every single quest on EOS, all of them. There's none left. There's one left, but I can't do it yet. And it's not necessarily an EOS quest. It's actually a PB quest. But other than that, I completed every quest on EOS. So started with shock treatment. This was some people on EOS were like, the Pathfinder is lame and dumb, and we can do what they're doing. But instead of killing the Remnant tech, we're going to make it work for us. And instead, it basically almost killed them, and I have to, like, rush to save them. And there's a time limit on this quest, so I literally had to drive quickly across a desert in, like, 3 minutes to kill this to save them. I think this is the only timed quest I've run into so far, but it was kind of fun. And then I also had a movie night. So Liam thinks that watching a movie with the crew will make us a better team. And I agreed. So I went and got a movie library, and he's like, hey, get a bad movie if you can. And I was like, you know what? I'll go get Cats 2019, and we can become the best team. I assume that's the movie I got, at least.
It's got to be that.
Right? Callow detected some extra weight in the cargo hold, so I went and checked it out. Turned out the lead designer of our ship, the Tempest, welded her wheelchair to the side of the ship so that she could come along for the ride. And I kept it there because I was like, you know what? Who am I to disagree with her? So that was there.
Is she like sitting in it?
No, she just was welded there. We could have taken it apart for materials, but I was like, nah, we're gonna leave it there. So it's still there on the side of the ship apparently, which I think is kind of neat. I also found some supplies missing, but I did not turn them in early. So I kept on looking because at first it seems like bugs are eating it. So you go and you find it, it's like, oh, bugs, all the bugs. And the last one, it's not bugs. It was some smugglers. So they were smugglers from Nexus, and they're all sad because Nexus was hard and bad, but they also don't want to be smugglers. And so you're like, hey, you can join the colony over at Prodromos if you want. And they're like, thanks. Or you can kill them. Either one is relevant in this situation.
I know what I'm doing.
So it turns out that the Ket were researching some remnants, and we can't have that. So we go off and find some McMuffins. There are multiple McMuffin quests in this one. This is the first of, and they're random. They are random McMuffins, so you can't find the specific locations. You have to kind of run around and just kill Ket and find stuff. Back on that later. So for this one, I just have to find a few of them. We track down what they're searching for by scanning their McMuffins, and then find a cool remnant base, and we go raid the remnant base. It's full of Ket, and then a really cool mini boss, and then discover some information about local plant life. So that was nice. A family on Eos is sad their kid is still in cryo, so we can go wake him up early if we want, because, why not? They asked nicely. By doing this, we go talk to him, and he finds out that there are some Ket supplies in orbit. We can go and steal them. So we do. We discover some research notes of Anna Carroll at Site 2. She was researching the remnant ruins. She was kind of running around Eos, so we kind of follow her trail until we get into a remnant ruin. This one also full of Ket. I think it's the same one as the other one, by the way, but I could be wrong. So we find her final notes, and turns out that she was trapped in the remnant ruins underground and died. But hey, we put together her final research notes and got to kill a fun boss. Some drones crashed, so we mark them for people. The end. Our Gil Brody, our engineer, he is apparently good at poker. All he talks about is how much better he is at poker than everyone else. It's his personality is, hey, I'm good at poker. So he's like, we should play poker. And you're like, cool, let's play poker. And then I use Sam to cheat. And I beat him at poker, which felt very nice. I also took care of the main Ket base. It was a lot of fun. You feel really good. It's great.
It's you're just defeating wave after wave after wave of Ket, and you're slowly moving in on this massive base, and it's just such a cool feeling as you're just destroying this stronghold of Ket. It's awesome.
I met Zaid's son, Bane Masani, and killed some Ket with him. That was fun. I liked Zaid. He was a fun little character, so it was fun meeting his son. He says, I never met him, but, he's some sort of smuggler or something like that. He's some sort of big deal merc back in the Milky Way. And I was like, I think I know who your dad was. And then last, and certainly least, was the quest. Task:"Watchers." So here is the text of this quest. You've discovered a surveillance device in a Ket camp that monitors the activity of Prodromos' colonists. Prodromos won't be safe unless these devices are destroyed. Sounds pretty important, right? So we better go find these things. So I got to looking. They are in Ket bases. Nope, doesn't say which ones. These are just random Ket bases on the planet of Eos. Search online for this one. Which bases? Oh, nope. Just random ones. You got to figure it out. It took 4 hours of driving around and killing the Ket to find these things. It was an entire evening of me just driving around and killing the Ket.
No, Dano.
You went full Anakin. You went full Anakin and the Sand People, didn't you?
But it was the last quest I had to do. It was the last one, and I was like this. And so I was like, I searched online what people do. Oh, there's a map that will tell you which ones to go to. Nope, that map was wrong. It wasn't those ones. I tried I was like, okay, well. I was going kill Ket. I eventually started just making rounds of all the Ket bases and just drove in circles. Eventually, I found the first one you get is what clues you off on this Ket. You have to find 3 of these little watch stations. The first one starts the quest. The second one was in an empty base. So I just happened to stop at an empty base and found the second one after 4 hours of driving around killing the Ket. And then the third one was the very next one. So the quest kicks off, and then I drove around and killed Ket for 4 hours, then found one in an empty base, and then found the third one on the meet after that, and then nothing. You just do it, and it's like, good job, you did it. The end. The colony is apparently safe now. I was like, you've got to be kidding me. Why is it random? I am now level 25, by the way. I am so over-leveled for the game because of this quest. I completely over-leveled the game because I basically grinded levels for 4 hours killing Ket. And they got more and more difficult and more powerful and more of them because I got higher and higher levels. And so, my build is essentially done now. There's nothing more to do. The game will keep on leveling. Yeah, this is where I'm at. The game's gonna keep on leveling, but I will not get more powerful because you only can have 3 active powers at a time, and I've basically maxed them out.
You can have a bunch of passive powers though.
Yeah,
You
I
have a
can.
bunch of
I
passive
can.
powers.
And I can keep on, and there are certain weapons that you can't craft based on your level. So like I can't get my tier 5 until level 30. So there's still power to be gained. And I'm still playing on normal difficulty. So if it does become too easy, I can bump up the difficulty. We'll see if I do that or not. I was able to kill a boss fairly quickly. Like a big boss. So we'll talk about that next week. But yeah, that's what I did. I basically played Task: Watchers, the game. I couldn't stop though. What was I gonna do? Stop? It's just brutal.
Taste my grilled
killed them all.
cheese.
The women and the children.
Much, much, much.
What's our first good, Matt?
Like I said earlier, the graphics are. I really enjoy the graphics of this game. Like the set pieces are great. Like the interiors are phenomenal. I actually really enjoyed EOS. Like the desert world is kind of great. It looks kind of great. It actually makes sense in a way. It's phenomenal. I enjoyed it tremendously.
Just one of 2 desert worlds.
Oh right, there's another one. Oh no.
And don't worry, the next one we're going to totally isn't just an ice desert world. Don't worry.
It's named Voeld. It's totally not a cold world. Anyway. Storm Rage, what's the not so good?
I ran into a bug that was pretty bad. I am assaulting the Ket base, and I'm trudging along, and I'm trying to figure out where exactly I'm supposed to go. I figure it out, and I see all of these red dots on kind of my mini map, right? So I know there's a bunch of guys, and I'm taking damage, but I can't see them. And then it hits me. All of the Ket have turned invisible. So I had to fight an entire army of Ket. I had to probably kill like 12 of them before they eventually respawned in as they should. Just going off of vibes alone. So I just had my flamethrower out, just spraying anywhere that I could. And I was just like spamming abilities in wherever I thought I saw a red dot. It ended up not being too terrible, but it was very silly, and it took me a second to figure out what the heck was happening.
I had this same bug twice. First, they were invisible, and second time, it was in the same location. They just smoked me the first time this happened. And then the second time I came back, they weren't invisible. They were they were like underneath a platform. So they were inside a platform that I couldn't get through, but they could shoot through. And so they were just like, so I had to like bait them out of to come out of the platform, and I got all of them but one to come out. But it was fairly ridiculous.
It's extremely silly. What's our best good?
Questing matters. Like the quests, like there's like more than just like you accomplish things, which obviously is good, but then you have the cool your cool AVPs, which I love as well, and like. You don't have to do all of them to 100%. I don't believe. We'll see in the next world. But like in the first world, you don't have to, but you can. And it's really cool that like there is hey, this is making a difference for the colony and for the world because of this. I love that. Make everything visible. We talked about this in Inquisition. Don't hide things that are happening behind like a wall of like just, realism. Like give us a graph. It's a video game. Go ahead and give us a meter. And they did, and I love it. It's so cool.
He asks each traveler 5 questions. 3 questions. 3 questions.
3, that's a magic number. I will ask myself 3 questions.
Matt, what are you liking so far?
Yeah. I kind of like the open exploration that you can kind of do. Like you can kind of go anywhere you really want to on like EOS and in space. You are kind of gated by like radiation levels, but like in space you can just drive, like bop around, any other planets, scan any of the planets. On the Mako, you can kind of like bop around. I enjoy driving around. The Mako is so much better than the last Mako.
It is.
Like, it drives so well. I like the 4-wheel or the 6-wheel drive mode versus the fast mode where you're going up the hills. It's so much fun. It's just, it works out. It works really well, and it feels great.
Being better than the previous Mako is the lowest bar. It's the absolute lowest bar.
I wish they grafted the controls onto this Mako, onto the Mass Effect 1 Mako, and it would have made it so much better.
That'd be nice.
So much better. What do you like so far, Stormrage?
I am just loving the number of small stories that are in this game. Like, I think all of the side quests, I talked a little bit in Dragon Age Inquisition that a number of side quests, it was you finish it and then you just get a notification that it's done and that's it. And I've had very few of those. It's always like, it's not a big story. It's like, for instance, when I accidentally turned in the supply crates too early, there wasn't now we've solved all of it, but it was it's reported as missing. We'll never know what happened. And I was like, oh, cool. That's like a cool closer to that. And I feel like every quest that I've completed has had a clear beginning, middle, and end. Some of them are really short. Some of them are really small. Some of them are not even that significant. But there's at least a full, complete narrative within each of the small side quests. And I really appreciate that. It helps make the world feel more lived in. And I think that's just awesome. Dano, how about yourself?
Yeah, the story is really strong. They definitely took a lot of what worked well in Inquisition and then iterated on it in a really good way. But beyond that, so we are shoved right into the mystery of Andromeda, which is really fun, right? It's like, of course, traveling 600 years to get to another galaxy, things aren't going to go well. And now we get to figure out what went wrong with these golden worlds. Was it just that, you know what? They were a long way away and we did our best. Or did something happen during those 600 years? If something happened, what happened? And why did it happen? It's fun. I really enjoy this story quite a bit. And I feel like I got a really bad rap, I'm being completely honest. Matt, what are you struggling with?
PB. She's just too much manic pixie dream girl for my taste. For my opinion, it doesn't work. It just is obnoxious more than anything. Like, she needs a bowl haircut, like somebody else from any previous BioWare game that we've played.
I disagree so hard, Matt. I love PB.
So, in Matt's defense, he only has had the introduction of PB, which was total manic pixie dream girl energy. She like runs out of nowhere and like hops on you, and they zoom into her face, and they're like, "Look at this little cutesy girl. You're gonna love her. Look at her manic energy, though." But yes, and Stormrage's defense as well, she's much, much better than like just a manic pixie dream girl. She is a fleshed out character. There's a lot going on there, but like the introduction is full manic pixie dream girl energy. 100% agree.
Yeah,
it really is like,
yeah,
God,
no,
this character again.
She's better than that, but don't worry.
It's really clear that she uses that as a defense mechanism, and like the first conversation you have with her, she's like, I don't like, I'm smarter than that, but I don't really care to tell you anything else. And I think give her a chance. Just give her a chance.
Okay, because the conversation you have in the escape pod, which she's totally going to use at some point. It's like, it's Chekhov's escape pod bedroom. She's like, it's like, I did warm up to her a little bit, but also like I have a feeling she's just gonna like disappear at one point and we have to go find her, and I'm going to be annoyed. Stormrage, what are you struggling with?
I want to play more. I got to the end of EOS and I finished everything, and in my brain I went, can I go to Voeld? Can I just keep going? And I know Dano did, but I was like, no, I probably shouldn't. I should probably stop and do, I don't know, my responsibilities as a human. But I really wanted to just keep going. I ended up going a little bit further. I went to our next planet of Aya for a brief while, and then I came back, and then I just kept playing. And I want to do more. I want to play more. I want to beat this game. Dano, what are you struggling with?
So this is going to kind of like, this probably is something better talked about in future weeks because it's something you can't complete in your first like visit to Ios, but it's something that I think we're talking about PB, so I might talk about it now because we probably won't talk about it next week anyway. So PB's companion quest, she is basically like working on a secret project, and she needs to like, so she's like the super cool scientist lady who is trying to crack the REM tech, right? And she's like super into this REM tech. She's basically a biotic, but she's a cool scientist. And so she wants to come along with us as we go and scan these different things. And as we do, she eventually gets to finish her project. And what her project is she is able to take some like REM tech essentially and make it work for us, for the good guys. She takes out all like the bad code and puts in like Milky Way code. And then now we have this super cool like remnant technology that gets to work for our team, which is awesome. And it's a super cool thing, except unless you're using a really bad build, you can't use it. And she also can't use it because they gave her biotic powers. And so it's this really cool thing that like she could definitely use on her own if they had let her, but they just chose not to let her. Because I'm guessing that they were figuring if you aren't completing her quest, they didn't want her to be kind of like a nerf character. And so it's just this cool thing of remnant technology that just kind of exists in her cabin, essentially. And that bummed me out because I'm probably not gonna use it. Like you get a free point in it, so like if you want to, you can. But like doesn't make sense for my build to have like a pet, and so it just doesn't get used, which I think is super disappointing because it's really cool and it's this cool bit of character building. And why wouldn't she make it so that she can use it? It doesn't make sense for her not to be able to use it. So I think it's really sad that they just didn't make like the pet actually just be PB's pet, and like she can use it and you can use it because why not? It's cool. It's really, really cool. And that like I was like my number one goal of playing ahead was to get this, and then it turned out that she doesn't even get to use it, and that made me super sad.
I will say I usually respec PB, so that way I respec her entire build so she can use this.
I don't think you can though. I don't think it's part of her build, is it?
I'm pretty sure it is.
I'll go back and look. I didn't think it was even part of her build that she could use it. I'm gonna go back. Maybe I got this all wrong, and this isn't even a bad thing at all. So I'll go and look.
Well, let's maybe. I said that with confidence, and now I'm really worried that I'm wrong. So maybe, but double check.
Matt, what surprised you about the game?
How much I'm here, like enjoying hearing y'all gush about it as much. I really want to give it the shot it deserves because it sounds like a blast, and this week's been hard. Storm Rage, what surprised you?
I love that sword. I love that stupid little sword. I love teleporting around and slashing Remnant and slashing Cat. It's such a dumb thing mechanically that should not be as fun as it is, but it's so flippin' fun. I love that stupid sword. Dano, what surprised you?
The voice acting in this game is really, really good. Like, it was good in Inquisition, and this might be the best voice acted game I think we've played so far. It's super strong. Like, it's definitely not a weakness of this game. It's like, they did not play around with this. Like, they knew that it was important, and they did a really good job of making it strong. I think BioWare does a really good job of that in general. I feel like this game gets a lot of criticism, so you would think that's not the case in this game. The voice acting is really good in this game. Like, it's spot on. I really, really, really been enjoying it.
You want to buy some death sticks?
You don't want to sell me death sticks.
I don't want to sell you death sticks.
You want to go home and rethink your life.
I want to go home and rethink my life.
Storm Rage, tell the game to a friend.
So I'm going to steal this from my buddy Raven, who has talked about the differences between Mass Effect and Mass Effect Andromeda. And so this is from him, to give him credit. Mass Effect is Star Wars. Mass Effect Andromeda is Star Trek. With swords.
Matt?
Rex and Diet Rex were in the original trilogy. Drek is Rex Zero.
Dano?
A Buster Sword in space. Next week, our team is going to talk down to us like we're not good enough to be in charge again. That's it for this week. Thank you so much for listening. Thanks to all our patrons for patronizing us. You can find links to our Discord and our contact information in the link tree in the description of this episode.
And Mass Effect Andromeda is a game, and games are supposed to be fun.
Yeah! Let's pathfind until we're pathfound, baby!
This is the end of this show! Everybody bye!
Game is good.
Sounds really good.
I don't remember if this is true or not, but do you think the final line from Director Addison is like her putting her hand on our shoulder, looking us dead in the eye, and going, "You've pathfound us all"? Because I really want it to be.
Yeah.
I'm terrified about the ending of this game. I'm worried it's going to be like a Final Fantasy 15 situation where it was like, we didn't finish the game. Sorry. Bye. So.
I think the ending's good for what it is. The ending clearly sets up an Andromeda 2, which is a bummer that never happens. But I think that it wraps up the things that matter most. I don't think you'll be disappointed by the ending that much.
Good. That's good. I like to hear that.
I'm looking forward to exploring the Ket and running evil space Nazis. We're getting there, I guess.
We are getting there.
Yeah, next week, baby.
It's so good.
And the mystery of the Scourge, which is the cloud of doom.
Yeah, that one we don't figure out for a while. That's kind of a running thing that we just keep figuring out more and more about.
Cool.
I have started running into like bits and pieces from the other arcs, which is fun. It's really fun. This game, I truly don't understand the hate this game has got.
It's not. It wasn't Shepard. It wasn't Mass Effect 4. It wasn't made what happened to the Plant World people.
Yeah.
I think the ending to Mass Effect 3 really hurt this game.
I think that's probably true.
And I think too good.
It's just so. It's so different than Mass Effect as far as the overall vibe, because you're not playing somebody that's saving the universe. You're playing somebody that's trying to find a home for your people, and those are very different vibes.
Yeah.
And I think also legitimately there are criticisms to be had in this game. Dano and I have talked about a bunch of bugs we found. Mm-hmm. There's also some moments of dialogue that are just cringy. I love you're not a Pathfinder until you've pathfound. So I think that there are criticisms, but I think that those got so overblown because of all the other things that we've talked about.
I've run into a couple times where dialogue is just said, the timing of the dialogue is off in a way, where a line is half delivered and then somebody else talks on top of it.
Yep.
It's where it's just a couple things here and there where it's no, I wanted to hear what they said, but no, the other person just talked right over it, and it's okay, well, I guess we move on from there. It's when you're going down the gravity well, somebody says three words, and then Phoebe talks over, or PB.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not a game of the year candidate.
No,
it's not a great game, but it's what if Square was oops, we made Final Fantasy VIII. We're not making any more Final Fantasy games. Yeah, no, you made a bit of a clunker. It's fine. It's for what it is. It's really good. I mean, or Final Fantasy 15, oops, made Final Fantasy 15. We're not going to do it. It's no, that's not every game is going to be the best game ever created. And either EA or BioWare is just unaware of that. It's either we have made all the money in the world and this is the greatest game ever created, or we're garbage and our fans are garbage and this game is garbage. That's not how it works. You made a good game. Be proud of the game you made. It's not a perfect game, but it's a good game and it's an interesting game. It's very frustrating.
It's a fun game. If nothing else, the game is fun. And if games aren't supposed to be fun, then I don't know what we're doing here.
Like the platforming and combat is phenomenal.
So good.
The combat is really good.
Like I like the little platforming elements we've had so far. I've enjoyed it tremendously. The combat's a lot of fun. I'm still doing my engineer build where it's just like I'm just dropping turrets and hiding behind cover and popping them with pistols.
Yep.
So it's like, it's great.
Yeah, I've got I have like the barrier that I can put down, which is a lot of fun. So I can hide behind cover, make my own cover, but then also just kind of like just bop around like this in space when you have to you have to dash and jump and like hit them behind cover by doing like the pause and everything when you do like the hop. Did you know there's a special ability you can do, Storm Rage, where like you like get bonus. There's you can craft your sword so that like when you hop in space, then you do damage going down on them. It does bonus damage when you do melee damage. Yes.
What?
Yes. So it's either a crafting thing or it's a build thing. It's one of the two. But like you can do extra damage by doing like an aerial damage attack with your melee weapon.
What dumb question? What's the melee attack button?
It's up. The Y. It's for Y on Xbox controller.
Is it Y? Okay.
Yeah.
I'll try it. Because there's times where I'm like, what am I hitting? Because I'm hitting the joystick button down because that's usually what the melee attack is on most of these games, right?
Yeah.
And it's like it's not doing it. I'm like,
it's the same button that is used for Mako extraction for me.
Okay, got it.
That's a different one for us. That's RB.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine's triangle on both.
Okay.
It's the top button here, right?
Yeah,
yes.
That's the one you're gonna want to use.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, it's I tell you what, because like you could use your melee weapon in 2 and 3 and probably 1 as well, but it wasn't
never
fun
that good
to use.
It was fine like when I was vanguarding, because I would use it in Vanguard and then like switch to the shotgun and pop them, but it wasn't nearly as good as what you're talking about, where it's like, oh. And it's also funny, like the combat sounds incredibly fun if you're like going into it and doing you could build it exactly the way you want. It's like, why is this game like horrible? Why is this game get such bad reviews?
So the Krogan hammer that you can build, I couldn't figure out why it has less crafting things you can put into it. It turns out I think it's an AoE attack, actually. The Krogan hammer is like, it will like bop. I think I'm going to build a Krogan hammer. The reason I'm using the Buster Sword right now is in crafting, it uses completely different materials than my sniper, the gun I'm building. So it uses Milky Way tech, and the Buster Sword uses Ket tech. And so I'm able to use different materials and different like research points.
Yes.
But I think the new sniper build I'm going to uses like Andromeda tech, and so I'm going to go to that one and then switch over to a Krogan hammer. I think that's what I'm switching over to. But that's that's next week or the week after. I have to first see if I'm brave enough to build the sniper rifle I want to use for that, because it's a single shot sniper rifle. And then I use the bioconverter to use my own health as ammo, which means Cora has to always be my party because she has a heal ability. So once Cora gets your heal ability, then you can use Cora in your party and just stick on her hip, and then she keeps you healed up while you bioconvert unlimited ammo and then do just insane damage with this single shot sniper rifle.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, so I have to finish up her like friendship quest first, which I haven't had a chance to do yet. I'm almost done with it, so. All right, should we end it there and go off and live our lives?
I think so.
Okay, great. Thanks everyone for listening.
Bye, friends.
And we'll talk to you again next week.
Bye-bye.
In space.